how important is taking action in success?
Yes. First of all, you gotta you have some ideas circling around. Yes. And in Yelena's case, she called me, and I knew about her situation. The travel agency she was working with was sold, and she lost her job. I said, "Okay, girl, you have a lot of experience in this field. So how can we resolve it? There must be another way that you stay in this business, but different than before." And I asked her, "Can you do that?" And she said, I think I can do it." I said, "Okay, that's the first step. Second step, what's necessary? You need licenses and stuff like that. You need to register, to get uh, access to tickets, flight tickets or resorts, whatever. She said, "Yes, I can do that. That's possible." I said, "Okay, that's good. That's a good step. What's next? What do you need?" She said, I don't have any tools. I don't have any tools in my hand." I said, "What are your tools?" She said, "It's a computer." I said, "What's the problem? So what do you need?" And she said, "Well, I need a good computer with a little bit of power." And I said, "Okay, we're going to get one for you. I buy computers every day or every other day. So not a big deal." And I said, "If that helps to solve your problem and get you started, there it is. Let's go." And it's worth the try, you know. And she got this thing, and she did the first steps, and she called me again and said, "Hey, I sold a couple of things, and it starts to pick up, and everything was good. Finally, it was not a big deal, but it worked." And at that point, when she called me, I think I told her giving up is not an option. Never. Giving up never is an option. There's always a way out of misery. Yes, and of course, she was down, she didn't have power, she didn't believe in anything. So maybe I helped her to create a little bit of power and self confidence. That's important. It's a very important step when you're out of power, the engine doesn't turn. Yeah. So it was very, for me, it was pretty easy. For her, it was a big step, but I'm very happy that it worked. So I don't make a big deal out of it. Just I'm happy that it worked. Period.
Yeah, you see, this is a mark. This is what I want to, because just Herman telling that story, didn't everyone just feel like this heart opening, like, wow, like we were actually there living it? I could feel Yelena. I could feel this gratitude just wash over her, like, because if you didn't help Yelena, we probably wouldn't be here all as a team, to be honest. This is a big deal. So this is a mark of another a thing of great leaders. They they don't see it as a big deal, but it's like these small little things, because they've conquered so much, is really just like another stepping stone for them. But for Yelena, it's like a quantum leap into a different level of life. Is that not true, Yelena? Would you like to share anything now? I'm sorry to interrupt your interview.
Yes, exactly. It is. When you, in my case, he said, powerless. I was completely down. It was not only the agency, the job, it was the relationship. It was like everything came like a volcano together. So, and when there is someone who believes in you, because I mean, he knows me from the agency, and he believed I can do this. I can go out, drink a little bit coffee. He started with me to say, okay, then go to the clients, connect, and drink a coffee. You know how to do this. Okay, isn't this amazing? Someone is telling this to you and believes in you when you don't believe anymore in yourself. I believe it is.
Yes.
It's not about you can't do this, but it's the question: do you truly want to do this in this period of my life when you don't have? My father transitioned, my mother. It was everything like what I'm doing here. And it's for Hermann in this case, it's not a big deal, because when he's coming from this state of it's not a big deal, helping someone or giving him positive words, so it's then also for me not anymore a big deal. It will calm down everything. But when we make out of something a big deal and problem, so we will get a problem at the end of the day. This is what I believe, you know? It's like what I'm giving out. My father always said to me, okay, don't speak about problems, because when you have a solution, there's no problem. So the word problem is something like, it's better for you when you don't use it anymore. As long as you have a solution, there's no problem. And this is the truth. And it's when you simply have people who give you positive informations. This is what I believe. And believe in you. So you, step by step, your power will come back, and you step into your next step and move forward, and it will go. You will gain again energy and everything. But when you, let me say in this case, when you speak with people and everyone is like, oh no, this won't work, this is just pulling yourself back. So I decided also in one point of my life, I don't want this, so I don't need this, and I believe old enough to say I don't listen anymore to this. It's better for me to keep my energy in a positive way, to sing or to do a dance or something what makes me happy and joyful than blah 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 about you know, the frequencies and the energies are shifting differently. And this is for me helping someone. It's the way he did, and he shared, listening to his employees. Do I truly know what my children everything want? I believe no. I need to listen. Maybe I know what I wish for them, but what we truly wish, who knows? I need to listen. And so Hermann, and this is something I truly love, when he says to listen to them, we need to understand what we need. When we don't understand what we need, what we are doing, it's again our own thinking, our own mind, our own way.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Yelena. That's what I wanted to point out. I think that's the only reason why I'm here. To show and to point to that Hermann didn't think it was a big deal. So Yelena didn't think it was a big deal. But when you have people around you that don't think what you're going through is a big deal, and problems easily have the solution, because if there is a problem, that means that there's a solution to it. And to talk about solutions and don't focus on the problems. Hermann also had forethought. Okay, Yelena, what do you need? You need this. He was already thinking for her. That's another mark of a great leader. So Hermann just has greatness written all over him. And each one of you do too. So imagine we all come together. So Hermann, did you want to share anything else before we open it up for questions?
Yes, about Yelena again. You know, for me, the question was very simple. She has 20 or more years of experience. At that point she had, and we don't let that go. That's an asset. It's a big asset. She knew people, she got clients. So there must be a solution to go on. I'm not an expert in her field. I asked her, is it possible? Do you think it's possible to go in this direction? And she always said, yes, yes, yes. I said, okay, well, that's a problem. Let's go for it. You know? And in my business life, I'm always facing problems. Every day there are some problems, trouble, whatever. But okay, we analyze what is the problem, why is the problem there, but the next question is, where is the solution? How do we get to a solution as quickly as possible? And that's teamwork, you know. And it's necessary that our employees, that they don't lose their courage to help them and say, hey, okay, this went wrong, but we can fix it. How do we do it? Do we need help from other colleagues? If yes, and if it's there, okay, we go for it. And in, let me say, 98% of the cases it works. Just use common sense. And, you know, there are entrepreneurs or business owners, they make a big deal out of every simple problem. But this is scaring people. And scaring people, that's not good. You got to motivate people and say, come on, let's turn this around. We can do it. And you got to believe in it until you know we couldn't do it. That also happened once in a while. It's always, well, we're communicating with customers. There's people too. There are employers, there are business owners, there are managers. You got to deal with them. And not everyone is the same, you know. And not everyone is super friendly or focused. So, and this is one thing I like about being a business owner or entrepreneur. I can say or think, I don't want to work with this guy. And I can do it. My employees, they cannot walk away. But I can decide and say, no, I don't want to work with this guy or this company. Because it doesn't fit, it doesn't match, you know. It's a big privilege and helps a lot of getting stress relief, you know. So, yes, and the actual time, in the times we are living, business is very tough, it's very difficult. And it takes a lot of leadership, actually. And